Well, welcome. Do we have any new reps on? Mm, Okay, that's okay because we're going to have some that listen to this recording, I'm sure. So, anyway, welcome new reps. If you just joined, we had 37 new teammates join us in February, so that is awesome. So, welcome to you guys. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about the promos that Zaya is doing, a little bit about Basecamp. If you haven't already gone to one. And then Katie's going to talk a little bit about our outfits of the day and how you can share them. And I'm going to talk about personal development. So we have a full schedule for you. So let's get going. The first one that I'm going to talk about is the promo that Zaya has never done before. And it's for all of you new reps that just joined in January, February, or in March. It works for anybody that joined in 2023. It's called the Fast Track promo. So any new rep that gets 500 in PV gets an extra $100 bonus on their April commission check. And then your sponsor gets 50. And then if your new rep gets 1,000 PV, then you as their sponsor will get $150. So that is a great incentive to get your new rep up and going, and then also help her launch that party, and you will also be rewarded for that. So that is a huge thing that you're doing, and it is a great thing to promote to get people to join your team. So use that as a recruiting tool. You have to kind of get going on it because obviously, I mean, your new rep can join the mid-March and still be able to hit that $1,000 PV pretty easily if you get them launched right away. So keep that in mind. You can only, so if they would happen to get $2,000, they don't get that $295 double. They just get it one time. So, but that would pay for their entire kit. So that's pretty incredible. So definitely share that. Katie, I'm going to let you talk about Basecamp and the podcast, and then I'll talk about the other promo.
Okay, so you guys have probably been watching the Zaya family updates about base camps all over the US and in Canada. We are so excited about the base camp events. This is such a great way to reconnect with people in real life, be reminded of your why, be reminded of the community around you, because the computer is very convenient, but it does miss that personal touch. So if you can get to a base camp, we just highly recommend it. Of course, a lot of them have already passed, but there are several coming up. There's Ohio this weekend. There's Minnesota towards the end of the month. There's Chicago April 15th. And there's another couple that I'm forgetting. The list of them is in your back office. And Chicago Base Camp, so Monica and I are on the committee of that base camp. We are kicking around the idea of a virtual option for those of you that can't be in person, which obviously the whole point is to get you in person, but just so that people have that option. So that, and we're still kind of working through those details. But I just linked Chicago Base Camp here below. If you're not registered and you want to come, we'd love for you to get registered. Couple things. We'll have recognition. We've got 2 great corporate sponsors coming. We'll have training. It's really a great day. I actually feel so proud of this event because it's everything that we as reps want in an event because we really designed it. We've had almost no guidance from corporate, so these events are really from our hearts and from what we think that everyone needs. So it's going to be a really special day. Okay. And another thing that is coming up that I'm excited about, we have found a private podcast company so that we can put our team calls and other team trainings on a podcast app for you guys. Because when you watch it on YouTube or listen to it back on YouTube, you have to have your phone open or you have to have the app open. So this will allow you to like go for a walk and like push the button, where you're just listening to it. It's not going to be available on Apple Podcasts or like the regular podcast apps because they're private, so it will require some sort of password or something. But my goal is to have this one uploaded to the podcast and linked in the newsletter coming out this Monday. So we're going to do like a power hour on there so that you can just, when you're, or power half hour, so when you want to do a power half hour, you can just play this podcast and it will coach you through what to do. We're going to do some guided trainings for different ranks. So like if you are looking to advance to senior rep, listen to this training. So it's going to be really great. And I think it will be an easier way for everyone to find our calls and trainings and keep them organized. So that's coming in the newsletter.
Awesome. Okay. So Zaya has two more promos. Well, it's actually one promo going. No, it's actually two. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we have one for the customers and then we have one for us. So the one for the customers, they've done this before, but they've never done it with items that have never been released before. So that is super cool. So they are offering our party, our hostesses to get those free items if they hit the different levels of, the rewards. So that is super cool. Again, a great recruiting, or yes, to get parties, a tool to get parties, because like I say, those items, us reps don't even have. So I think that is a pretty cool incentive to get those parties booked. And then the other thing is the hopefully 15% bonus that we get to add to our March commission check. That would be huge. We all would love that. So the deal is we all work together and we get as many $600 plus parties closed. If we get 20% over what we had in February, they're going to tack on an extra 10% bonus. But if we get 30% more parties closed, $600 or more parties closed over February, then we're all getting an extra 15% commission. So anybody brand new to the team, as long as they hit that $200 mark to earn commissions, they're going to get that extra 15% bonus. So that is super fun, and I love that we all have to work together to make that happen. So really work on getting getting them closed for your hostess to get those party rewards and that extra gift or two, but for us to get that extra bonus. That is super cool, and we all need it. So all right, Katie, you want to talk about our outfits of the day?
Yes. So this may seem like a silly training, but I want to tell you guys a little bit about our thought process. So, we've been reps for 5.5 years. We've done a ton of trainings and had a ton of different people on different topics. But what we've discovered is that this business it's really simple and it's really duplicatable, and it comes down to doing 4 main things over and over and over. So we are just going to train on those 4 things over and over and over this year, and we're going to just repeat. So we started the year in January with recruiting, and then February was about parties, and then this month it's about the outfit of the day, sharing your outfit, and personal development. And then next month we'll go back to recruiting, and then it will be parties, etc. Because really, there's other things we can train on, and hopefully we can share those things in like the business reboot calls, which, by the way, that was in the newsletter. Those are starting again next Thursday. So we're so excited about that. But the main building blocks of this business are those 4 items. So that's what today's training is. And I hope you learn a little bit or get inspired a little bit, think about it in a bit of a different way. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I really, and Monica too, have been sharing my outfit daily with my network for 5.5 years. And I just cannot really believe that I've been doing that. I mean, I know the value of consistency, but I'm also I'm a very flighty kind of squirrel person. So the fact that I've done this, I'm just patting myself on the back right now. But it has just become such a habit. And that's how you get to be consistent at everything, right? You build habits around it. But I do think that habitually sharing my outfit is part of why I'm still around and why Monica's still around, because people in our network know that we do this, and they know that it's an important part of our lives. So if you're not regularly sharing your outfit, and by regularly, I do mean like 4 to 5 times a week, 4 to 6 times, if you don't do it 7 days a week, I think that's a smart strategy actually, because Have you guys ever noticed that if you take a whole day off of your stories, 24 hours off, and then you go back, your views go crazy high? So it's okay to take a day off or two, but if regularly sharing your outfit isn't something you're doing, I encourage you to make it part of your practice. I want to talk about some varieties of ways to do this though. First, two things are really important when it comes to sharing your outfits. One, you need to figure out a way to do it fast so that you can do it consistently. If you're worried about perfection, you're not going to be able to keep up with this. And I think for me personally, this is why I've been able to make it a habit, because I'm a hot mess. And so I just snap a quick picture. It's never always clean. Never always. That doesn't go, but you know what I'm saying. My room, how I look, the wording, like it's just imperfect, just as I am, but it's fast, and so I'm able to do it regularly without it taking too much out of too much energy out. So make sure that when you're doing it, that you're not overthinking it. If you overthink it, you're likely not going to make it a habit. And then number two, you need good lighting. So this one is hard for me because I am super fast, like I just want to get it done. But if it's not good lighting, then it's not an effective use of your time. So I have a mirror that I bought specifically for my business for this purpose. A big selfie mirror, and it's near a window. And if the light isn't good, then I'll turn and I'll put my camera right in front of the window. So I am always thinking a little bit about lighting. And sometimes if those aren't working, I use a filter to lighten it up a little bit, but the lighting does matter. So think about that. Find a spot in your house where that can be your picture station. Usually by a window is best, but if you get a ring light, then you can do it anywhere. I like to do it in selfie mode with the mirror, because then I can hold the phone how I want, and it seems faster than me putting the phone here and posing in front of it, but that's maybe just personal preference. So figure out what works for you. It's just faster, honestly, and that's why I like it. And then number three, be you. So that's who I am. Like I said, I'm a hot mess, and I showcase that. So sometimes my outfit of the day, like if you look at my stories today, I look like this. I still haven't showered or gotten ready, but my outfit was like right before going to the gym. That's me. I didn't act or put on some sort of fake thing. That was just me. I just snapped the picture. Okay. Now, there are lots of ways that you can do the picture, and I think that varying this is important and strategic. So it should be consistent, meaning you're doing it regularly almost every day. But I think if you don't vary it a little bit, then your network can get bored and you can become a little bit of white noise. So a couple ways you can do this. There's lots of ways, but just some things I wrote down. You can just do a picture with no words at all. No outfit of the day, no anything, just a picture of you in the clothes. That's a passive way of sharing the outfit. You can do a picture of you and link your outfit. You know how to link it on Instagram. You go and instead of like there's captions and gifs and all those, one of those is link, and you can link that exact product. I think that's a little more active. That's saying, I sell this. Picture with words related to the outfit. So, these joggers and this shirt. So it's telling people what you're wearing. That's active. Or you can do a picture with words that have nothing to do with your outfit. Like, I'm so glad it's Friday. That's passive. But you can see that all of those show the outfit, and they're all just a little bit different. So if you can kind of vary it slightly, I think it keeps people watching. They're not always like, okay, there's her outfit. It's like, oh, there's something to read, or that says something a little different, or maybe the angle's different, or maybe now today she's doing a video. So that's the next thing. To me, I base whether I'm doing a video on a few things. Is it a new piece I want to like talk through and explain, like it needs explaining, or is it have I only done pictures a lot lately? So they need to hear my voice talking about the outfit. So definitely put yourself talking on there sometimes. Like Monica, I noticed this with yours today. I'm like, oh, she's talking when you were talking about your outfit. And I know she hates doing it, but it does create an interest because people want to know, oh my gosh, she's talking. This must be really good. I need to turn my volume up because she's saying something. You can, with the video, so a couple things that I do sometimes. First of all, if you are talking regularly and you're not putting the captions on, I encourage that. I know that I watch almost all of my Instagram with the sound off, and most people do. I don't think you need to do it every time. Again, you can be kind of different. You're not a robot, but put the captions on once in a while, just so people that would go by, if you don't have captions, maybe would get something else out of it. But sometimes when I make a little story of, hey, this is my shirt, da da da, and I put the captions on it, I click the save button and then I upload that little bit right to my VIP group. And so I don't have to do double. It's like it's just helpful. It's killing two birds with one stone. Another thing you can do with these videos is you can turn them into reels. So you can save. Here's a really cool idea. I actually love this. I love making these. I love watching these. These are some of my favorite rep opportunity videos. Save a bunch of clips of you doing your outfit and then put them together in a reel. You mute all of that, so they're just seeing you talk about the clothes, and then you do a voiceover and say, one of my favorite parts, or maybe not my favorite, one of the most simple ways to be a rep and to show up for my business is I get to show these clothes and show my outfit every single day. So you're showing people what you're doing and you're explaining what you're doing, and it's just a very good visual. Does that make sense? What I'm saying, does that make sense? It's a very good visual of like what we do as reps. It's showing people who aren't maybe getting that part of you. Oh, this is what they do. They're showing their outfit. Oh, like I could do that. I wear clothes, I could do that too. So I love that. Another thing to do is if you save your outfit of the day from the week, make a compilation video, and that could be one of your pieces of content for the week. I know Monica does this. I've done it a few times. I love doing it. It's very easy to put together, and it does a great job of showcasing what we have, which is the whole point of showing our outfit. When we started doing this 5.5 years ago, it was simply because I thought, there's no way that people are going to know all the things we have in our catalog, unless they go to the website, and most people won't do that. So I'm just going to start showing my outfit and people will get an idea of the things in our catalog. And now our catalog's so much bigger, it's even more important, I think, to showcase what we have. So, after a week of showing your outfit, save them, put them into a quick reel, and say, here are a few looks from my shop. Which one do you like better? And you could even number them, and then you get engagement. You could collect, I just had this idea while I was prepping for this call, and I think I'm going to do it. Take, all the pictures from the last month or the last 2 weeks or whatever, put them in a little grid and number them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can email them. If you don't want to put them all in your stories, maybe you're not comfortable with that yet, email them to your customers and say, email me back what number you like and I'll style that for you or something. You can customize it like that. Or in your VIP group, you could say, pick a number. I'm going to do a special on that number. And another thing, you guys, as far as making reels with these pictures, one of my favorite ways to do it, and it does cost money, so I apologize if you're not into that, but I use it all the time. It's called Video Leap, and it's a reel creation app. You just upload your pictures or your short video clips, and it makes this cute reel, and it just shows the clothes really well. And you can upload your own music over it, or you can voice record over it. So you can do what I mentioned earlier, where you're saying, every day I take a picture of myself, and it's one of the easiest ways I market my business. So Video Leap, it's so good. I think I pay $7 a month, but I use it all the time. let's see. Where's the email? Oh, the last thing, and I think maybe the most important part of why we do this is to show other people that they can do it. It's not just to show the clothes and to sell the clothes. Remember, everything we do should really be geared toward getting people to join your team, and that's what this does too. It shows people how simple it is. You know, you're not if you are a Beachbody coach, you're showing yourself making your shake and doing your workouts. If you're a Zaya rep, you're showing yourself wearing the clothes. And this is just such an easy way to do that. Like, we have the best tools right now at our hands to show that. But it also, especially if you keep it simple and imperfect, it shows that anyone can do this. If every time you're showing your outfit, it's all super perfect, it might make people think that they can't do it. But if you're really real, it just shows like anyone can do this. So it shows duplication. Do you guys have any questions about that? The outfits? It's pretty cool that that's our job, right? Monica, anything to add?
No, I think that was great. Loved it.
Okay.
I did not like talking on my reel today or on my story today, but I do love, it looks really black now, but the navy sweatshirt from this last week. Oh, so good. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, guys. We only have, I'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. You saw me on the shirt from okay, so personal development, we all know like it's huge for our business, and I've been probably incorporating personal development into my life for probably a good 7 years, but I will say since Zaya, I really just made it a habit. It's just part of my daily routine. It's not always at the same time during the day. Sometimes it's in the car. I love to listen to podcasts in the car because they're just quick, or even books on audio if we're traveling, or if I'm just like on a walk. I know Katie does a lot of her personal development on walks. It's just really where you can fit it into your life, and it doesn't need to be more than 15 or 20 minutes a day, but just that dose of personal development every day just really helps with mindset and motivation, and just I just can't imagine now not having it in my life, because it is just, I feel like has changed me so much. It was something you were saying, Katie, about being perfect. I don't know what, oh, I know what it was when you were talking about like your outfits of the day and how you never know the name of the items and you don't bother to go look. You just don't care. And I'm always like, okay, now, even if it's a retired item, it kills me to like put it on there if I don't know the name of it. So like I'm working on getting better about that and just letting it go. I've started to say retired item or something, because I'm not going to spend like, I used to spend like an hour going back and trying to figure out what it was. So you do not need to do that. So personal development has really helped me like chill out a little bit and not be so perfect with everything, because we don't need to be. Okay, so I'm gonna first just share some of these books that I have that are great for our business, network marketing. So GoPro, if you haven't read that one, it is great for our industry. Rock Your Network Marketing Business. This was written by a girl that's been in Rodan and Fields for years and at the top of her business with them. Listen, Sister, Katie, you remember when we had them on we have a team call with the authors of these books, or this book. And they are also from Rodan and Fields, and they have a great success story. So it's kind of awesome that we were able to have them on and that they talked about their story. So if you haven't read that one yet, that is awesome. And then Get Over Your Damn Self. This was probably made the biggest like impact on me as far as the business. It kind of walks you through like prospecting and just what do you say, and just like getting out of your head and not worrying about hearing no from somebody. It's been super helpful. So if you struggle with any of that, get that one. And then these books, Get Over, or You're a Badass at Making Money, and You Are a Badass. If you haven't read them, the language is a little rough in it, but they're so good, and they'll leave you feeling like empowered and like you can do anything with your business. And then another great one is The Compound Effect. So just doing, and we talk about it all the time, just doing little things every day, they will add up. So those reach outs, those follow-ups, your personal development, all of that, just, something so small can make such a big impact. So those are the books that I have right here in front of me, but I also want to talk about some that I love that I've listened to. So Atomic Habits, that is a great one, helps with motivation, getting back on track, making new habits and breaking old ones. Extreme Ownership, that was written by a Navy SEAL. It's all about leadership. I just love those. They're grit, and their tenacity, and when you finish reading those books, you just feel like, oh, I can do anything. The 5-second rule, this is huge for me. I still use this, maybe not on the daily, but I think about it often. Like if I'm going to post something, or if I'm nervous about doing something, I'm like, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. So if you struggle with maybe procrastinating because you're trying to make sure something's perfect before you post it or anything like that, it definitely helps with courage and confidence. The 12-week year, that's like an organization and business management type book, if you need help with that. And one of my favorite books ever is The Energy Bus, and actually John Gordon co-wrote The Coffee Bean with Damon West. So, and we didn't know anything about Damon West when, I read The Energy Bus like years and years ago, but that's just a roadmap to overcome common life and work obstacles, and it's just a great, feel good, inspiring book. I need to reread it because every time I talk about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember how much I loved it. So just helps you be your best self. So, okay, so that is it for some of my favorite books. There's a million out there. I'm sure Katie has a list too. Those are just some of them that I just wanted to touch on that I felt were really good and that I enjoyed. So podcasts, like I said, super easy to listen to when you're driving. Our very own Katie Harlan's Rise and Thrive, just living an intentional life and having an abundant mindset. And she helps obviously with our business and business strategies. Ed Mylett, I know it's a favorite of Katie's too. I look forward to his podcast every week. He has just a variety of different people talking about their journeys. They have sometimes it's business knowledge, sometimes it's just living a healthy lifestyle. Anyway, every time there's a handful of them that I'm like, yeah, that wasn't that great. But most of them, when I get finished with them, I'm like, that was really, really good. And that's actually the first place that we heard Damon West was on Ed Mylett's podcast. So, and that was an awesome podcast. And then Oprah's Super Soul, just designed to kind of light you up and give you that deeper meaning of life, and bring you closer to your best self too. And then a couple that are great for our business is Kristen Boss and then Bob Heilig, Your Virtual Upline. So if you want to really focus on network marketing, those are 2 great podcasts. And then another thing that I love to do while I'm sitting here working is putting on a TED Talk on YouTube, because they're just 10, 12 minutes, and there's just a million of them on mindset, and they're just super inspirational, and I just love listening to those too. So I know I went through that really fast so we could be done on time, but does anybody have any questions about that? Or Katie, do you want to add any of your favorites?
I just love that reminder about TED Talks on YouTube. That's such a great reminder. I forget to do that.
I get like caught up in them because I'm like, oh, this one's good, and then oh, this one's good.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's a great idea.
And they're just really quick. So you get like 10 minutes in, and usually they're like 10 to 12, or
that's a perfect length.
Yeah.
I love all those books. And then I always like to talk about The Slight Edge just
Oh,
because
yes,
it's
The
like
Slight Edge.
a
Yep.
book that got me to understand that, oh, it's like not one big thing we do, it's like all those little things. So that was just transformative for me. But I think if I reread it now, I would be like, this is pretty bad writing. But it, you can absorb what you're ready for, and so things hit you at different times. I was thinking, I wonder if you read The Energy Bus again, Monica. You might be like, oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it and see
good.
what I think.
And Extreme Ownership I wrote down because I loved that one too. Chasing Excellence is another good one by Ben Bergeron, especially if you love to work out. He coaches Katrin uh, David's daughter, I don't know.
One of those. Yeah,
She's a CrossFit athlete, one of the fittest in the world, and he's her coach, and so he uses the real life lessons, but it's very motivating.
I love that one too.
Yeah, it's good on Audible too.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for being on with us tonight. I hope you guys are going someplace fun for spring break. I will be here in Central Illinois. Katie's heading to Portugal. So anyway, but again, thank you. Let's have an incredible March. I feel like we need to get this momentum going, and I'm so excited about getting that extra bonus. So if we all, like I said, work together and get those parties closed, and we can get that extra money, that will help us all out. So, all right, guys, have a
Thanks,
great week.
everyone.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.